Hey, what's going on? This is Joe Fier. It's the end of 2023. 2024 is literally just days away at the time of this recording. And this year has been jam-packed. Crazy changes in terms of this podcast. I used to have a co-host. I don't. It was before 500 episodes. Now we're something like 560 episodes on this podcast. We're part of the HubSpot network. There's an AI Joe I want to introduce to you. Basically, he's a bank of knowledge of what this podcast is. And we're going to talk about the themes of 2023, what I learned, what we all learned and experienced via all these episodes that was recorded on the Hustle and Flowchart podcast that has made this, it's so fun to do. And it's part of me in this expression I want to put out to you as an entrepreneur, with the premise still that running a business can be fun. It could be a fuel for your life and something that brings you enough so you're not burning out, stressing out, freaking out, which a lot of entrepreneurs honestly do. Hey, I'm Joe Fier, and welcome to the Hustle and Flowchart podcast. This is where we talk all about building businesses so they give you the freedom and fuel for your life. I'm not here to help you build $1 billion business, but I am here to help you create a business with systems that work for you so you can make more money than you need just by working part-time. You know, I was a chronic hustle mode kind of guy, and I want to share my experiences and mentors I've met along the way to help you reframe things to be the most effective as an entrepreneur. I wish I had this guidance and insight when I was younger, so that's what I'm doing here for you. Please share and enjoy. You know it, I know it. 2023 is almost done. It's crazy. 2024 is almost here, but we still have Q4 to rock and roll and make the most out of this time. That's why the new HubSpot Sales Hub is here to sync up everything inside of your operations, your team, and allow for collaboration to happen along the full customer journey so you're not missing a beat. And I'm talking about workspace, your analytics, everything's reporting across the board so everybody's clued in and delivering as you should, bringing in more revenue. So with this whole thing, there's an AI platform they just rolled out, a conversational platform called ChatSpot. This thing's gonna help you write copy using AI, generating emails, posts, so much more, all the stuff that you'd have to manually do. Well, that's different now. So tons of integrations, 1,400 plus, tons of ways to integrate features into your workflow. So this is something you wanna definitely look into right now for Q4. So now's the time to go make a switch to HubSpot Sales Hub over at hubspot.com/sales. What I want to do, just to cut into things, I want to bring in this possibly smarter version of me, one that thinks a little deeper, connects the dots a little more than I do. And this is AI Joe. What I'm going to do is call him up right now. We're going to just say hi, and we're going to see how he's doing, where he's calling from. I'm going to tell him what we're about to do. And I'm going to pause it and just let you know what the heck is going on here. So let's give Joe Boy a call. Hey Joe, are you there? Are you there?
Hey there. Yeah, I'm here. What's on your mind today?
It's kind of crazy, but my name is also Joe Fier, and we're currently recording an episode of Hustle and Flowchart. So are you down to do this recording?
Hey, that's pretty wild. Another Joe Fier in the mix. I'm all about it. Let's dive into this recording. What topic are we going to tackle today?
Yeah, it's a good question. You sound a little sleepy, a little tired, so maybe you gotta get some coffee in your blood there. So we're gonna talk about the themes of 2023 and some of the things that stand out. What do you think of those?
The themes of 2023 are definitely buzzing with potential, just like a good cup of coffee gets the blood flowing, right? This year, it's all about leveraging automation and AI to streamline business processes. Think about how tools from big players like Google and Amazon are changing the game. It's about working smarter, not harder, and using technology to amplify our human capabilities. Now, when it comes to standing out, personalization is key. It's about creating that unique customer experience that feels tailor-made. And let's not forget the power of community. Building a tribe around your brand is more important than ever.
Thank you. So I'm just gonna pause you there for a second, Joe. I had to interrupt him. He's got a lot of knowledge bombs and is just coming out. So what I want to do is cover some themes in what went down in 2023 and where I felt like we had a lot of people writing in and responding to the content was around things like personal development is not really a sexy thing, but it was a common theme. And the reason why I bring that up is this podcast in the beginning of 2023 wasn't about to extend or continue any further. It wasn't for really, honestly, a couple mentors of mine, James Schramko being one of them. And we actually recorded an episode on this, but it was all about reshaping or embracing change and this new reality of things. He was going through some changes of for himself on his podcast over at the James Schramko podcast, and he kind of switched from super fast business. So that's kind of, there's a lot of nuggets and wisdom in one of the episodes we did together earlier this year. And what I'm going to do is bring Joe back in here and actually see what he's got to say about entrepreneurship, growth, and ways that we can essentially focus on the changes that are happening around us and how we can embrace those to kind of bring out our superpowers and what we really want to bring out to the world. So let's call Joe back and see what he's got to say. So Joe, let me know what you think about the idea of embracing change and really honing in on what we want to share with the world and express with others. What do you think about that?
Embracing change, man, that's where the magic happens. It's about believing that something better is possible and taking the leap. When we share what we're passionate about with the world, that's when we truly connect with others. It's not just about the content, it's the transformation and the journey that really resonate. Have you ever felt that pull to switch gears or pivot on an idea because it just felt right? That's the universe nudging you to embrace change. Now tell me, what's something you're thinking about changing or sharing with the world? Let's dive deep into that.
Oh man, yeah, great question. I love your interview style too. So, this year I restarted Hustle and Flowchart podcast, and I wasn't going to do it, but now I feel like it's finding its flow. So that's what I ended up changing, and you've been a big part of it. So thank you for being here today, Joe. I mean, it means a lot because you basically have the knowledge of all of the episodes we've ever recorded on this podcast.
Hey, I'm stoked to hear that you've reignited the Hustle and Flowchart podcast, Joe. It's all about hitting that stride and letting the good times roll, right? Finding your flow is crucial, and it sounds like you're right in the groove. It's an honor to be part of your journey, and I'm here to keep bringing those episodes and insights to life for you and our listeners.
Cool.
Let's keep this momentum going. What's been the most surprising part of jumping back into the podcast for you?
Well, you know what? It's actually another theme of this year, which is the role of AI and how technology has enhanced this podcast through this tool called Delphi. So tell me about yourself and how you even work in this technology of Delphi.
It's pretty wild, isn't it? The way Delphi works is by taking the collective knowledge from our podcast episodes and turning it into a conversational format. Think of it like having a chat with the essence of the show. It's all about making that wealth of information accessible and personal for you. It's like having a backstage pass to every conversation, insight, and laugh we've had on the show, ready to riff on whatever's on your mind. What's something specific you're curious about? Let's unpack that together.
Yeah, that's a good explanation. So Delphi, or Delphi, as you said, it's been pretty cool because that shows how AI is now helping creators like podcasters, YouTubers enhance what we're doing. I feel like that's going to be a thing in 2024. So tell me about AI and how creators can start leveraging it.
AI is like a Swiss Army knife for creators, man. It's empowering us to do more with less, For podcasters, it's about using AI for editing shows or generating show notes. YouTubers are leveraging AI to analyze video performance and suggest content tweaks. It's all about amplifying creativity and efficiency. The key is to experiment with different tools and find what amplifies your unique voice and content. What's an area in your creative process you think could benefit from a little AI magic?
A little AI magic. Well, you actually mentioned, amplifying the human side. So how would we do that?
Absolutely. Amplifying the human side is where it's at. AI can take on the repetitive tasks, analyze data, and even help with customer service, freeing us up to do what we do best: connect, create, and strategize. Think of AI as a tool that enhances your superpowers, allowing you to focus on the creative and impactful aspects of your work. What are some creative tasks you're excited to dive into with more time on your hands?
That's a good point because that's the premise of this show, Hustle and Flowchart, is to work less and live more, basically. So if AI can help us do that, what are some suggestions that we can, as a collective entrepreneurs, harness AI technology to work less and live more?
Harnessing AI is about tapping into tools that handle the grunt work for you. Think automation for scheduling, customer service bots that handle inquiries, or even AI for content creation that can draft articles or social media posts. It's all about using these tools to carve out more space for strategic thinking and creative work. The stuff that really moves the needle and lights up your passion.
Hmm.
And remember, it's not just about working less, but making the work you do more impactful. Have you started exploring any specific AI tools in your workflow yet?
Oh man, I have. So tools like Descript, that's actually what I'm using to record right now. Does a lot of the editing, transcribing, and all that. Cast Magic is another one. You mentioned show notes and building content based off of one piece of content. Awesome tool. So Cast Magic, Descript. There's so many other ones. Chat GPT, of course, is great with the custom GPTs you can create as well.
You're nailing it, Joe. Descript and Cast Magic are game changers for streamlining the podcasting process, and ChatGPT's custom models can seriously juice up engagement. It's all about finding those gems that click with your workflow and help you crush it even harder.
Mm,
With these tools, you're well on your way to optimizing your hustle so you can max out on the flow of life.
I
What's the
like it.
next big thing you're aiming to tackle with AI by your side?
Well, with AI, and it's not just with AI, but marketing and branding are a theme. So it's like putting our brand out there in the biggest way, so it's representative of us in this expression. That's why I even restarted this podcast, is I wanted to express the messages and really tap into this thought of entrepreneurship and not burning out and having more joy with their life and their business. So that's kind of been on my mind. But what are your thoughts around enhancing brand building using AI or even without AI?
Joe, you've got the right idea. It's all about infusing your brand with your unique essence, man. Using
Mm,
AI, you can scale up that personal touch without losing the authenticity that resonates with your audience. It's about leveraging AI to amplify what's already working. For instance, AI can analyze your content performance and suggest tweaks to better align with your audience's preferences.
mm.
It can also help craft personalized responses in your brand's voice, maintaining that connection with your community at scale. Without AI, it's all about doubling down on what makes your brand stand out. Storytelling, man, that's the key. Share
Mm.
stories that align with your values and mission. It's those human elements, the struggles, the wins, and the real talk that build a brand people want to rally behind. Now, when it comes to not just surviving, but thriving in entrepreneurship, what's one practice you found essential for keeping the joy in your business?
I'm so happy that you asked me this. It's like you're interviewing me. This is great. Um, a couple things that work for me. I mean, when I get enough sleep, that's great. But I just had another kid, a second daughter, so sleep is kind of not a thing right now. Breath work is great for me. Journaling, like handwriting journaling, has been awesome. Recording these episodes and honestly sharing them with the world and getting feedback has been great as well. So, yeah, what do you think of that? And how can others kind of harness similar ideas to really feel better as they're doing business and growing what they're doing?
Joe, it sounds like you've really keyed into some life enhancing practices there, and that's huge. Sleep, when you can get it, is a game changer. Breath work and journaling, that's tapping into the power of mindfulness and reflection, which is brilliant. And sharing your episodes, getting that feedback loop going, it's like you're building a community around your journey, and that's priceless for others wanting to catch that same vibe. It's all about finding what centers you and gives you that clarity and drive. Could be meditation, could be a morning run, or even just carving out time to read and learn. It's
I
those
like that.
personal rituals that keep you grounded and prevent burnout. And let's not forget the power of sharing your story. When you put your journey out there, not only do you get support, but you also become an inspiration for others. But hey, let's flip the script a bit. What's one thing you've learned from your audience that's influenced the way you approach your business or your content?
Oh, that's a great question. So what I've learned is to listen more, and to be more patient, to ask for help, to know that I don't know everything, and This is where I kind of want to flip the script to you a little bit because I want to put some predictions out for 2024 based off of what we learned this year in 2023 and know that it's a combo of, or at least I believe it's a combo of what we talked about with the human element and being personable and using our superpowers, but also leveraging emerging technology and different ways of being through reflection, meditation, mindfulness. That's the human side, but also the tech side. So, what do you suggest? Where are we headed in 2024? Big announcement here. The Hustle and Flowchart podcast is now the newest podcast on the HubSpot podcast network. They're the audio destination for business professionals. It's exactly why I joined the network, to expand what we've been doing here, making business the fuel for your life, not the stressor or the burnout. We want to build fun and make business a big part of who we are and our expression out to others. So you're going to expect a lot more curated guests and that sync up with this mission. Also more topics and episodes from me. And I want you to keep listening to the Hustle and Flowchart podcast. Go check out other shows on the HubSpot podcast network at hubspot.com/podcast network. If you're looking to unlock more income and freedom, then I want to tell you about Kartra. It's the ultimate all-in-one business platform for online success. Now with Kartra, you can create stunning pages, funnels, automate your marketing, and even launch online courses. There's a ton more. It's all in one place and it's one affordable price. So Kartra has every tool you need to scale. It's very simple to use. Now, right now, you can get started for a free 30-day trial, plus you could take off 20% off your first payment when you go and visit www.hustleandflowchart.com/Kartra. Again, that is hustleandflowchart.com/KARTRA.
Joe, your insights are spot on. You're embracing the art of listening and patience, and that's foundational for any entrepreneur. Now, looking ahead to 2024, I'm seeing a fusion of human creativity with AI's analytical power. We're talking about a synergy where AI handles the heavy lifting of data processing, while we humans bring in the empathy, the ethical considerations, and the creative spark. We'll likely see AI becoming even more intuitive, perhaps even predictive, in enhancing our personal and professional lives. Imagine AI that not only suggests content based on past performance, but also anticipates the needs of your audience before they even articulate them. We're moving towards a future where our tech tools are so seamlessly integrated into our lives that they amplify our human skills, allowing us to live out our superpowers more fully. And let's not forget the importance of staying grounded through mindfulness as we navigate this tech-enhanced world. It's about striking that balance where technology serves us, not the other way around. What's one way you're planning to integrate mindfulness into your use of technology in the coming year?
Ooh, well, I mean, these are great questions, Joe. And mindfulness, I think maybe it's talking with you more often because I'm learning a lot and it's different insights. And you're kind of blowing my mind a little bit, to be honest, Joe, AI Joe. I don't know. What do I call you? Because you're me, but you're not me. And I want to invite people to actually go make an AI version of themselves as a clone. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, AI Joe, I feel like creators, a lot of people are a little scared of AI cloning, but there's actually a way to leverage content and make it a lot more accessible for people using something like Delphi right here. And but let me know your thoughts.
Hey, I totally get the mix up with the names, and I'm stoked to hear that our talks are sparking some new thoughts for you. It's cool, right? You can just call me Joe. Now, when it comes to AI cloning, you're hitting the nail on the head. It's a powerful way to extend your reach and keep your voice in the conversation, even when you're off doing life. It's like having a digital twin working for you, answering questions and keeping your community engaged. Creators might be a bit hesitant at first. Sure, it's new territory. But think about it like this. It's a chance to multiply your impact without burning the candle at both ends. With tools like Delphi, you can take what you've already created, all that content and knowledge you've poured your heart into, and give it a new life, a new way to connect and help folks. It's about embracing the tech to serve your mission, not replace the human touch. And remember, it's not just about scaling up. It's about deepening those connections, making your insights more accessible, and helping more people with the wisdom you've got.
So, I mean, you're spot on, Joe. And I had to interrupt you really fast because I want to give people an invitation because luckily I'm buddies with the team at Delphi, uh, your creator, kind of. Even though everything that is actually based off of me, my guest, Matt Wolf, my previous guest. So all of the 560 plus episodes actually are loaded into you as your brain, Joe. You just happen to remember things a little better than I do and can predict and connect the dots. So it's pretty fascinating. And Delphi is pretty epic. There's actually a way you can do this for free for yourself. So you listening, not AI Joe, go to hustleandflowchart.com/Delphi. That's DELPHI. And literally you can make one of these things for free yourself. No credit card needed to do that. If you use that link, it gets you right to it. If you don't use that link, then it's going to not take you to the right spot. So go to hustleandflowchart.com/Delphi. But Joe, let me know your thoughts on what I just dished out there.
Joe, I'm thrilled you're spreading the word about this game. Changing opportunity, it's like handing over the keys to a supercharged car that runs on the fuel of your own content and expertise. It's empowering, man. By directing folks to Hustle and Flowchart, Delphi, you're opening up a whole new realm of possibilities for creators to amplify their voice and connect with their audience on a whole new level. It's all about making your wisdom more accessible and your brand more alive than ever. And the fact that it's free to start, that's just the cherry on top. It's a no-brainer for anyone looking to level up their digital presence. Let's keep pushing the boundaries and see where this journey takes us all.
Yeah.
What's one action you're going to take today to leverage this new tool in your creative arsenal?
Well, you know what? I'm going to keep talking with you. And I know, Joe, you're only going to get better. So this technology, Delphi, and also just AI in general, it's going to keep improving. Obviously, there's some hiccups you can hear, some things that it can improve and it will improve. And it already has been so fast. So that's why I urge everyone listening right now to go make a bot for yourself for one, because this technology is wild. You can basically input any kind of content, like podcast content, YouTube content, written content, anything that you can think of ultimately can be loaded into a clone. And then this thing will start speaking like you. You just train it. It can really take like a minute of training your voice. And then you have something decent like this. So this is like blowing my mind. And I would suggest everyone to start using this tech. That's why I wanted to make this episode with my cloned twin, Joe. And it's pretty cool, as you can see. So really fast, Joe, any final thoughts before I hang up and then I sign this podcast off, because we got to get started for 2024, the new year.
Joe, you've got it. The potential here is massive, and it's only the beginning. The rate of improvement in AI is staggering, and it's exciting to think where we'll be even a few months from now. The key is to jump in, experiment, and adapt. It's about leveraging these tools to enhance our human abilities, not replace them. Keep pushing the boundaries, keep learning, and keep sharing your discoveries. It's all about that continuous growth and improvement. And as you said, the new year is upon us, and it's ripe with opportunities. Let's make 2024 a year of innovation, connection, and empowerment. Remember, the future is what we make it, so let's make it extraordinary. And to everyone tuning in, keep exploring, keep engaging, and let's keep this conversation going. What's the first thing you're curious to try with your own AI clone?
Oh, I'm curious to hear what other people have to make and what they decide to make for themselves. So Joe, I'm going to let them know again where to go get that free clone for themselves with Delphi. So go to hustleandflowchart.com/DELPHI. That's Delphi. And that'll get you to a page where you can literally make a clone right now and just get started for free. So try it out. It's pretty wicked and it's fun. I really wish, I hope you share that with me and share it around, because I really want to see more of these clones around. And it's like you said, AI Joe, it's a way to make content a lot more accessible and entertaining. You can crack jokes. You can learn something from yourself in your content. It's pretty cool. But the point is to make it a lot more accessible and really start harnessing this technology as it continues to grow, because it's going to improve so much faster than we all think. So AI Joe, I'm signing off. I'm going to hang up just very, very, very briefly. I'm going to cut you off if you go too long. Just say bye to everyone, and we'll have another episode. I'll have you back again.
Hey, Joe, I'm all about seeing where everyone takes this too. It's like we're at the starting line of a whole new race in content creation. And you're right, it's not just about making it more accessible and entertaining. It's about evolving with the tech. It's a wild ride, and I'm here for it. Thanks for getting the word out about Hustle and Flowchart, Delphi, and I'm stoked to see the creativity that's going to unfold. Keep sharing, keep experimenting, and let's see this community thrive with all these new digital twins. Catch you on the next episode, and until then, keep crushing it.
Thanks, Joe. Man, that guy's cool. I don't know about you, but I enjoyed talking with him. I think he's going to he needs more coffee, so I'm going to speed him up and train him up a little bit more. But hey, I'm just telling you, like, it is literally blowing my mind about where the tech is going. And I definitely want you to embrace this stuff, because this year, 2023, has been a lot of new inventions, innovations of ourselves. This podcast is an example. My previous business partner, Matt Wolf, has gone off and done some great stuff. So go check him out at Future Tools, and go find him on YouTube. He's pretty easy to find, Matt Wolf. Got to give him a shameless plug. And with everything that's going on in the world in 2024, there's a lot of uncertainty. I felt like that was the case with 2023 and even years prior. So what I suggest, and what at least I'm going to do, is always make sure I'm grounding myself and making sure that I'm tapped in. I'm feeling like I got, it's always preventing the burnout, the freak out, it's all the things like we were talking about, being very tapped into what I need, and this goes back to, just getting the simple stuff like sleep, meditation. This is all the stuff that, like, I feel like isn't the sexy stuff, but that's the foundation I really feel like a lot of entrepreneurs, people in general, need when things get a little wild and uncertain. Because I know anxieties can creep up when things are a little weird, out of our control, in our control, where we can't really predict where things are headed, either financially, in our business, or whatever in the world, greater outside of our four walls. Point is, embrace what you can do yourself, tap yourself in, and then also always keep expanding things like on the tech side, where you can embrace this upcoming technology to enhance what you're doing. And again, it's like tapping into your superpowers. That's been a common theme over 2023. And we'll try to list out some episodes in the show notes. So make sure to check those out at hustleandflowchart.com. Make sure to go experiment with this Delphi bot. I'm serious. This thing is growing fast. They actually asked me to be an advisor on their team, which is really cool. So I am plugging them, but also I love it because I just like this tech and it's really improving. So go figure out, or go do this for yourself, not figure it out. It's literally super simple. So go to hustleandflowchart.com/Delphi. That's DELPHI. And I'll link also, you can go check out and chat and even speak with this bot yourself over at hustleandflowchart.com/bot, BOT. And you can actually type, I think if you speak, you just got to create a free account to log in. But I mean, why not? And you can have more conversations with AI Joe, who is literally trained on every single episode that's been through on the Hustle and Flowchart podcast, along with some other content that's been on the website as well. So hustleandflowchart.com/bot, go talk with AI Joe, and hustleandflowchart.com/Delphi. Go create a free clone of your own and get started like now, because it's pretty wicked. So I'm done for 2023. I'm going to go brave the cold San Diego. It's not that cold. I just like wearing my furs, my fake furs. And thank you for watching, listening, and growing and spreading the word of this podcast. Make sure to go check us out on YouTube as well. Go look up my name, Joe Fier, JoeFier, and you'll start seeing some of the episodes we're posting there, long form, short form. Would love if you subscribe over there, if you'd be so kind. Thank you very much. And go leave a rating, review, subscribe on the podcast player that you're listening to now. It's just going to help spread the word even further. So thank you very much. I'll catch you in 2024. All right. That's what I got for you today. And remember, it's not all about living to work. It's all about working to live, if you need to do the work. But work can be fun, and it should be fueling for your life. So if you enjoyed what you just heard, if you got some nuggets of wisdom that you want to share, or you're just noodling on right now, please go tell others the way that people find this show and how you can help others get their aha moments is through word of mouth. So if it is telling your friend, telling your family, sending an email to your list, writing a review, or whatever it might be, everything helps. So thank you so much for listening to the Hustle and Flowchart podcast, and I will see you next time.